Bro, split that number. 17. 17 against you, bro.
Will, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Eric. How are you doing?
I'm alright. I'm alright. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a marquee matchup, the semifinal round of the Fed Hockey Playoffs in the Monsignor Martin between the Canisius Crusaders and St. Mary's Lancers. I'm Eric Geisler, joined by my partner, Will Flynn, here from Rink 2 at the Harbor Center as we await opening puck drop in what should be an absolute classic between two of the premier hockey teams in the Monsignor Martin. Will, do you have any keys to this one to see the Crusaders pulling out a W when the clock hits 0 in the third period?
I think they can. I think they're going to rely a lot on the hands of their points leader, Mehdi Uzinski, who has racked up, I believe, 11 points this season. A highly dangerous player on offense. He needs to be accounted for by St. Mary's. He's definitely a dangerous player, and I think he will be the difference maker in this game.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be collecting more hardware than a Home Depot at the season's end banquet.
You cannot be more right about that, Eric.
Coach Belcito in his traditional trench coat there on the Canisius bench as we await the national anthem. These two teams have met 2 times this year. Canisius has won 1. St. Mary's has also won 1. So we should be in for a great game here at the Harbor Center.
Tiebreaker, you could say, Eric.
Let's go, White! Anthem has concluded, and we are just moments away from the opening faceoff. Traditionally, Coach Belcito has rolled out Ryan Coyne, the captain, on the opening draws this season. We can expect the same, but we will see. Teams huddled around their benches. Looks like Canisius getting one final word before the season is on the line. 17 minutes on the clock, and we are ready for this first period.
Matchup of the year, Eric. This could go down to the wire. I think it's going to be highly contested. This is going to be one of the best games both of these teams have played all season.
And as noted, Ryan Coyne is taking the opening draw for these Crusaders. On his wings, Vinny Morrow on the left side and Joey Chicano on the right side. And we are underway here from the Harbor Center. Canisius controls in their own zone. It's Charles Piggott. He gets it up ice into the Mary's end. Good forecheck pressure there for the Crusaders. Out in front. An early chance, but no one home in the slot. Canisius gets it back to the point. Shot is deflected, and St. Mary's will fire it into the neutral zone before Canisius fires it back down the ice. St. Mary's controlling in their own end. A pass up ice. They bring it in with speed out in front. But the pass was deflected into the near corner. Canisius maintaining possession. They'll fire it all the way down. Icing is called off. Starting goaltender tonight for the Crusaders is Ronnie Colley. Starting in net for Mary's, Dylan Murphy. Canisius controls in the Mary's end. Great pressure here on the forecheck from the Crusaders early on. They clearly are energized to go in this one. Out in front. Another deflection goes back to the point. Devona, he clears it back in. Canisius still with possession. Melligan at the point. He'll send it back below the goal line behind Murphy. A scrum along the far side wall is won by the Crusaders. Uzinski and Mary's finally clears out the zone, and here they come with speed. Sharp angle shot is at the post. The rebound is still loose. And it went behind Colley, but also behind the net. Canisius with a lucky break here. Just 2 minutes into this one. A golden opportunity for St. Mary's, but they cannot find the back of the net. Raduca gets it up ice to DeLeo. He works in. 2 minutes elapsed. And an already hotly contested contest. Two high-octane scoring offenses, and they are living up to it early on. Marys will keep it in momentarily before it comes out of the Canisius end. Canisius holding it in the Marys end. A huge check along the far side wall, and Marys will gain possession and bring it out. Marys bring it in. A pass across. And a shot is just wide. It goes by Colley out in front again. And an early goal for the Lancers as they take a 1-0 lead. Looks like a defensive breakdown for the Crusaders. Open Lancer in the slot. And he's able to put it past the glove hand of Colley into the back of the net.
You're right about a defensive breakdown there, Eric, but both of these teams have had incredible chances this early in the game.
Clearly not the start the Crusaders wanted. Obviously plenty of time to rebound, but they find themselves trailing 1-0, excuse me. Canisius controls in the neutral zone. A pass by Quinn Griffin is deflected in by Coyne, but Marys will control. Chicano gets it back to Schmidt, and Canisius again clears it in. Evidently, this has been a key by Coach Balsito to get pucks deep early, try to get behind this St. Mary's defense. Coyne clears it back to the point. It's Schmidt. A shot at the point is tipped on goal, and another goal! A shot by Schmidt from the point, and it looks like it's deflected in.
Eric, you're right about that. That puck changed direction as it was taking the shot. I don't know who that was exactly standing in front of the net, but wow, what a response there by the Crusaders getting back for that early goal that they let up earlier.
And well, I believe it was number 12, Vinny Morrow, the assistant captain, who knocks this game at 1. Clearly early on, this contest living up to the high expectations we had coming in. As Canisius ices the puck off the draw, and the faceoff will come down to their end.
These offenses, Eric, they're both tremendous. This is definitely going to be a high-scoring affair. I don't see this ending with a 2-1 victory.
Face off in the Crusader end. This one is knotted at 1 apiece. Just under 13:30 left to go. And this high-octane first period will have a stoppage of play behind the Crusader net. Not exactly sure what the stoppage was over. But nonetheless, the draw will stay in the Crusader end. Great response by the Crusaders. As obviously, you never like to see the first goal go against you. But absolutely crucial for them to immediately tie the game. And a shot on Colley. And he deflects it with the blocker into the corner. Canisius brings it out. Stretch pass is just out of the reach of Uzinski. And Marys will control in their own end. Melligan, good pass up. Canisius brings it in. It's Uzinski. He drops it back to Braun. They circle it around. Out in front. Shot was off the side of the net by LaDuca. Another one. Almost deflected in. Was just over the net. Another shot for the slot. LaDuca is stopped by Murphy. Out in front again. It's out in front. And the puck gets out of the Marys end, where it's tracked down by Melligan. And here come the Crusaders again. Melligan rifling it in. Canisius chases on the forecheck. It's Ashton Curtin with Luke Braun on the near side glass. Puck is fired back to Quinn Griffin. Good move by DeLeo in open ice, but it comes back to Trubish. He gets it over to Griffin, and Canisius will look to reset and set something up. Puck is fired in the Marys end. They get it out. Here come the Lancers. In on the near side. Shot is stopped by Colley with the glove hand. Out in front again. No Lancer there. And Canisius will bring it back out. It's DeLeo. He flips it in and chases. Marys controls. And with 11:30 left in this first period, they try to get out of their zone, but Canisius intercepts it. A shot is fanned on by DeLeo. And Marys will now control. But briefly, they turn it over. Here's Urban. A shot. Just wide. Good chance there for Dan Urban. Shot at the point. It's Piggott on net. Almost deflected. Ashton Curtin tried to get out in front. No one there. A rebound. And another good stop by Murphy as the Lancers are able to clear. Puck held in the Crusader end. Good pressure here from Marys. And Urban will try to clear it up to McCarty. Comes back to Piggott. And we have a turnover. A breakaway here. And it looked like a great stop by Ronnie Colley.
That was impressive, Eric.
A breakaway chance for St. Mary's. Foiled by the pad of Colley. And Canisius brings it back in. Out in front, the shot off the mask, the rebound. The puck is still loose. Scramble for it in front. And it just cannot be controlled on the doorstep by Morrow. Comes back to Piggott at the point. He fires it back in. Comes around on the boards to Ward. Canisius holding it in its coin. There's Morrow. And finally, Marys will intercept and bring it out of their own end. They come in 3-on-2. Errant pass there. And Coyne controls for the Crusaders. And here they come back again. Very fast-paced action early on. Schaefer just cannot control it. And Marys will get it out of the zone. Schaefer gets it back. He fires it on net. And Murphy will cover up. Will, what have you seen so far? And the first 7 and change of this one.
Extremely exciting game so far. When it comes to the teams, Canisius needs to stop with the turnovers. They've led to a chance where, of course, Ronnie Colley made a tremendous save. And as for St. Mary's, they need to protect the middle of the ice. Canisius has been bullying them in the front of the net, frankly.
Dan Urban to take the face-off for the Crusaders. He wins it back to Uzinski, who fires the blow to LaDuca. Out in front. A great chance there for Urban, right in front of Murphy. And the puck comes out of the Canisius zone. Marys bringing it back in with speed along the near side glass. And Canisius intercepts. Good stretch pass. It's Uzinski. Bring it in. Trailed by a Marys player. Good defense there from the Lancer. And they'll bring it back in. No one home for Mary's on the cross-ice pass. And Canisius comes back in. Potential 2-on-1 here. It's Urban. And an offside call, foiling what could have been a scoring opportunity there for the Crusaders.
Definitely a chance that was taken away from them by that offsides. But that goes for both teams. Plenty of chances, plenty of odd man rushes. This game is very offense-fueled.
Clearly no lack of chances in this one. Defenses for both teams are strong, but clearly the offenses have dominated this one early on.
Game. They are, Eric. You're right about that.
Face off this one to Vona. He shuffles it over to Milligan. And Mel's will bring it in. Puck comes back to Vona at the point. DeLeo applying pressure at the far side glass. A great move by DeLeo. Braun in the slot, the shot! And it looked like he couldn't get all of it. But Canisius still maintains possession out in front. Canisius has really made an emphasis on getting pucks into the slot where they've had several great opportunities. Mary's bringing it up ice in the neutral zone. Cross ice pass in alone. Colley poke checks into the corner. Canisius will control and fire it down the ice. Vinny Morrow chasing, and we have a stoppage of play. And it looks like this one will be icing and come back into the Crusader end for a faceoff.
I'll point out how well both goalies are playing this game so far, Eric. Ronnie Colley has been tremendous for the Crusaders, stopping a wide open goal. And as for the Lancers, Dylan Murphy has been incredibly impressive, facing plenty of shots from the slot.
I agree with you. Well, I think the score, even though 1-1, just a little under 10 minutes into this one, both goalies have really been tremendous. There's a ton of chances early on for both sides. Canisius controls. Morrow up the far side. He clears it in. Murphy comes out to play it. And the Lancers will clear it out. And they bring it in 2-on-1. And it looked like the puck escaped a St. Mary's player. A weird bounce came out in front, almost over the shoulder of Colley. But nonetheless, Canisius will get out of the zone. Canisius will dump it in and change. And the puck is cleared down the ice. No icing. Colley was wondering. He thought that should be icing, but we play on here at the Harbor Center. Mary's controls in their own end. Pass is intercepted by Trubich. He'll fire it back in. Pace in the last minute is slowed down, but just like I said, a turnover and a shot by Uzinski. Rebound in front. Still in the Lancer end. And another turnover. Scrum along the near side glass. And it's won by the Lancers, and they'll clear it out of the zone. And a weird bounce, and we have a breakaway here for St. Mary's. A shot! What a stop by Colley.
Tremendous save by Ronnie Colley.
A weird bounce over the stick of Schaefer. But the goaltender, Ronnie Colley, stands tall, keeping this one knotted at 1. Mary's doing a nice job of stretching this Crusader defense and making some up-the-ice passes. Laduca brings it in the Lancer end. Great drop pass to Urban. The shot! And he just could not get the short side top corner. Good chance there for the Crusaders. A great pass by Laduca to set up that opportunity. The Lancers control. Passes out of the reach of the skater. And this will go down with 5:53 for icing.
Eric, another tremendous save by Ronnie Colley. He's been extremely impressive this season. Not the Crusaders' go-to goalie. It has been John Seuss this season, but Ronnie Colley has been tremendous in net for the Crusaders. Obviously, we know the firepower of both of these offenses.
Face-off zone by Canisius. A shot deflected on net. Still loose. Looked like it was on the back of the net. Out in front again. Good opportunities here from Canisius. And Marys will get out. Here they come 2-on-1. No shortage of chances here. A great move. And it looks like we'll have a tripping penalty coming up here to the Crusaders. As it looked like Milligan upended the Marys skater on the 2-on-1. And he'll go to the box for 2 minutes with 5:31 left in this first period. Yeah. And Will, I want to touch briefly on your point a minute ago about Colley getting the start. I think it really shows how much trust Coach Balseo has in both of his netminders, as he is willing to just go with Colley. First round of the playoffs, hey, your season could end. But hey, he likes both guys, and clearly both guys have been up to the challenge all season long.
You're right there, Eric.
Marys wins the draw on this power play. Little under 5:30 left in this first period. Score knotted at 1. Vinny Morrow, the lone goal scorer for the Crusaders. Pass is intercepted by Coyne. Great play by him. Can't get it out of the zone as he's tied up by a Marys player. And they'll keep it in. No chances yet. 30 seconds gone in this power play. A shot at the point is deflected, and Canisius will clear it down the ice. Chicano gives chase. But Marys will bring it up the ice, back into the Canisius end. Up the near side wall with speed. They get it back to the point. Puck hops over a skate. And Marys now controlling, playing catch on their own end before they bring it up. Good deflection there from Uzinski on the far side glass. And now Vona will control behind the Crusader net. A scrum ensues. And it looks like Marys will gain possession. They flip it back to the point. Under a minute left to go on this power play. Good deflection there from Urban. He can't get it out to Marys controls. Puck is fired in. Comes all the way around the boards. Uzinski is there for the Crusaders. But Marys again keeping it in. Canisius doing a great job so far this penalty kill. And they get it out of the zone. And now just 20 seconds left to go on this Marys power play. They'll bring it in with speed. Perhaps one final rush. They clear it back to the point. Cross ice pass. Shot at the point is deflected by Piggott. Great play there. And we are back to even strength as Milligan comes out of the box and Canisius brings it back in.
What a tremendous kill there by the Crusaders.
No real chances there for Marys. As they bring it back in, a shot and a great glove save by Colley. As I know, it has been a huge key for the Crusaders in recent weeks to stay out of the penalty box. We saw against Orchard Park, the penalties really cost them. They dominated most of the game on that Saturday afternoon, or Sunday afternoon rather, but they came away with a tie because they simply could not stop getting penalties. They've cleaned it up against Joe's. They were much more solid. But tonight they took an early one here. But they do a great job of killing it. Does not come back to bite the Crusaders yet. Marys taking the puck into the Canisius end. Good defense there from Coyne. He'll intercept and bring it back out. He gets up to Morrow. And Marys will intercept the pass. And they control before shuffling it back in. Controlled by Schmidt. He gets it up ice. Deflected by Morrow. Now on the stick of Chicado, and he'll fire it down. Under 3 minutes to go in period 1. We are not at a goal apiece. Marys scored about 2 minutes into this one before Canisius responded. A shot by Schmidt at the point, deflected by Morrow. That was around 40 seconds after the Marys goal. As it was a great response by the Crusaders, and from then on, it's been a pretty back and forth contest so far. Great chances on both sides.
Absolutely correct about that, Eric. These chances are piling up. This has been a shot-filled period. The 1-1 score is only a testament to how well both of these goaltenders have been playing so far.
Face-off is won by Marys. They'll control in their own end. Here they come. Center ice with speed. Good defense there for the Crusaders, but Marys maintains possession in the Crusader zone before Canisius gets it out. Controlled by Milligan. Right in front of us on the near side glass. A great move on open ice. On the stick of Waduka. The shot! And a great save by Murphy. Good chance there for the Crusaders. Good shot by LaDuca, but a better save by Murphy. Crusaders keep it at the point. It's Vona. A shot on net. Comes back to Milligan. Another shot. Good pad save by Murphy. Good pressure here for the Crusaders with just under 2 minutes left to go in this first period. They keep it in. It's Vona. A shot off the pad of Murphy again. Mary still cannot get it out. 90 seconds left to go in this high-octane first period. Milligan a shot at the point. And it just goes over the crossbar and out of the reach of the glove hand of Murphy. Canisius keeping it in. Urban gets it back to Vona at the point. Back to Urban. Puck is deflected on the stick of the Lancer skater, and he'll bring it up ice. Outnumbered. Well, he'll keep possession. Good piece of skating there before getting it back to his defenseman. Vona controls for the Crusaders. He gets it up ice over the stick of Braun, and Mares will fire it back in. Vona, very long shift for him. He tries to clear, and he ends up firing around the boards to Braun, or to Curtin rather, excuse me. Mary's doing a good job of keeping it in. They fire it around the boards. Still in the Crusader end. 30 seconds left to go in this first period. Back to the point. A shot is wide. Held in on the near side corner. And finally, Canisius will gain possession. Good move by Braun to get it out of the zone. And Vona executes a much-needed change. Great shift from him. Less than 10 seconds left to go now in this first period. Out in front. Good save by Murphy. He'll dive on the puck. And with 3.8 seconds left to go, it'll be a face-off in the Crusader end. And I want to take this brief opportunity while we got a stoppage to shout out a friend of the broadcast, Will Peroni, received his acceptance letter just a few hours ago to Boston College.
Congratulations, Will.
Great job, Will.
This has been a back-and-forth period, Eric.
3.8 seconds to go. Score knotted at 1. Face off in the Mary's end. We'll see if Canisius can get a quick opportunity. Urban to take the draw. Mary's wins it. And that'll do it for this first period. Canisius and St. Mary's tied at 1. A lot of offense early on. Will, what do you think the keys are for both sides as we go into the second?
I think when it comes to Canisius, they need to limit their turnovers. Bad bounces, intercepted passes, they've turned into odd man rushes where Ronnie Cauley, again, has been playing tremendously and bailing them out of some of these odd man rushes. And when it comes to St. Mary's, I just think that they need to get more pucks at the center of the net because I feel on these, their one goal was scored on a second chance, and I think if they want to continue scoring and keeping the pressure on Canisius, they're going to need some second chances as well. But when it comes to the Crusaders, like I said, turnovers need to be limited.
We'll be back for more second period action after this intermission. And we are back for second period action. And this Monsignor Martin semifinal contest between the Canisius Crusaders and the St. Mary's Lancers. Score knotted at 1 apiece through 1 period. Goal scorer for Canisius, Vinny Morrow. Will, what do you think we need to see in the second period, or what do you expect to see rather in the second period?
I expect Canisius to come out with a lot of intensity. Same for St. Mary's, but especially Canisius with a lot of open ice turnovers in the first period. I expect them to have crisp passes, and I expect them to get a lot of odd man rushes and some good chances. Not that they haven't had an abundance of those already, with shots 11-4 in favor of the Crusaders right now.
Canisius clearly looking to make a statement early on in the second period, as they will start with their highest scoring line. The heavily dynamic second line has been dynamite all year. Dan Urban, Matt Uzinski, and Jake Leduca. Just phenomenal, piling up the points the three of them have been.
Absolute firepower everywhere on the line, and even this defensive pair out right now with, I believe that's
Quinn Griffin and Charles Piggott.
And Charles Piggott, as I was going to say.
Really the backbone of this Crusader team.
That is true. The Canisius Crusaders are lucky to have some larger defensemen, some tall and some big boys to lay some hits down, pinch very well, and let's get into this period.
And another chance for Marys. They bring it in. A deke, and what a save by Colley. Makes pass, the puck is still loose. And an early chance for Marys just 20 seconds in.
Ronnie Colley with another tremendous save.
He's been standing on his head through 1 period and change. Puck is fired in the Crusader end. Griffin, he gets around to Piggott. Piggott with a great move at open ice. He'll fire it into the Mary's end. Controlled by Murphy behind the net. Canisius intercept the pass. They get out in front. Puck goes into the opposite corner. And Mary's brings it up ice. Shot stopped by the pad of Colley. He's been strong here to start the second period. And Canisius clears it up ice. Too far, but it goes on net. And Murphy will have to cover up, no icing. So the faceoff will stay in the Mary's end.
Ronnie Colley today, Eric, has been absolutely phenomenal for the Crusaders. I don't know if there's enough that can be said about him. 2 breakaways for St. Mary's that he has stuffed. He's been tremendous in that.
Faceoff is controlled by Mary's. And they'll bring it in. Good hit by Chicotto on the near side glass. As we can feel the bleachers under a shake from that one. Coyne clears it in the Mary's end. And Mary's will fire it back down. Good interception by Milligan. Coyne chases. The Mary's defender will just slap it around to his teammate. Still cannot get it out of the zone. But now they gain possession on the far side wall. And they'll fire it in. Huge hit on the far side. Puck was free for a second before it's controlled by Mary's. They'll fire it up ice. Good defense and good hustle from Vona to get back. Both teams kind of filling each other out in this second period. No one really establishing any offense early on. Canisius gets it out in front. The rebound. Puck is still loose. And at the doorstep, a scramble. A shot on net. And it's covered up by Murphy. Good opportunity there for the Crusaders. As it looks like it was DeLeo on the doorstep. But he just could not solve Dylan Murphy.
Tremendous chances by the Crusaders from the slot this game. That has really been where they've been putting in the work, getting most of their shots, and these rebounds have been coming close. I think they're going to net one soon, Eric.
Face off in the Lancer end. Canisius controls the shot by Curtin is wide. Canisius holds it momentarily, but it's deflected out of the zone. And Curtin will fire around the boards. A scrum on the near side is controlled by the Canisius. He gets out in front. Ashton Curtin off the pass from Luke Braun, and it's deflected out of play. Faceoff will stay in the St. Mary's end, and Canisius will make a change.
This has been an intense start for the Crusaders so far. You can tell Coach Balsito has really instilled high intensity to begin this period, similar to the first period.
Face-off will be taken by Dan Urban in the Lancer end. He wins it, but Marys will control. Good backhand pass, and here they come. Marys clears it in. Colley will stay in net. Does not come out to play that one. And the puck is still held in by Marys. Controlled behind the net by Quinn Griffin. Up the ice. Good look from Griffin. But good defense there from Marys to tie up Matt Uzinski. And the puck is fired down the ice. And an icing call will bring this one back into the St. Mary's zone.
St. Mary's coming out with a lot of energy too, Eric. I think we're going to see a repeat of this first period. High intensity, lots of shots, plenty of scoring chances for both teams. What we expected, honestly, from this game.
Face-off is won by the Crusaders. Ward fires around the boards, and it's again covered up by Murphy. We'll do the same thing again. 13:40 left in the second period. Score 1-1. Coyne to take the face-off for the Crusaders. And the puck off the face-off comes all the way back in the Canisius end. Good hustle there from Ward. He gets it over to Piggott. Puck is cleared down the ice, and Marys controls in their own end. Puck's intercepted back by Canisius. It's again fired down to their end. Coyne gets it up to Morrow. He'll fire it in. Murphy comes out of the net to play it. Piggott controls at the point. He fans on the shot. And Marys will bring it out. Potential 3-on-2 here from Marys. Good hustle from Piggott to get back into play. And a huge hit on the near side. But Canisius controls. Brought a shot.
That's going to be a penalty, Eric.
Looks like a boarding call coming up here. And we'll have a fight ensues on the far side wall.
Charles Piggott received an elbow pretty up high to the back. Very close to the boards, dangerously close. Lucky that he's okay, and that's going to put Canisius on the power play.
Really dangerous play there. Luckily, no injuries, as you said, Will.
That's the dangerous area, Eric. Right that close to the boards, within a few feet, hits like that, they could be dangerous. We're very lucky that Charles Piggott's okay.
And you saw Canisius standing up for their teammate there behind the play. A little bit of a scrum broke out. Refs did a good job stepping in. No penalties assessed off that. A shot off the draw. A great chance from it looked like LaDuca, I believe. But a great save by Murphy with a gloved hand. And we'll do the same face-off again in the Marys end.
This is a dangerous power play unit, Eric. Chicado with LaDuca and Uzinski on the wings is a dangerous forward group.
And Will, I mention it every time Canisius goes to the power play. 4-forward strategy from Coach Balsito. He's been using it the whole year. Quinn Griffin, the lone defender from the Crusaders, has a chance out in front of the slot. And Marys fires it down the ice. But as I was saying, sometimes Coach Balsito utilizes 4 forwards. Will, I've even seen him utilize 5 forwards on the power play.
Well,
so clearly, the emphasis on generating as many chances as possible. Canisius out in front. And LaDuca just could not control the puck for the shot. Marys again controls, and they'll fire it down the ice. Potential 2-on-1 here, short-handed. The shot, well over the net, out in front. Colley tried to cover up, but Griffin steals from his own goaltender. They bring it in. Potential 3-on-2 here for Canisius. Out in front, the shot. LaDuca is just wide of the net. Back to the point, it's Griffin. He settles things down. He'll clear behind the net. Marys controls for a moment, but Canisius keeps it in momentarily. But now it's off the stick of a Marys player, and down the ice, Colley will come out to play it. 45 seconds left to go in this Canisius power play. And Marys again will fire it down the ice. Puck almost came up over the glass. Will, we almost got a souvenir there.
Oh, nearly, Eric.
Puck was coming right for us. It could have been a little risky there. Nonetheless, stays in play. Canisius with just under 30 seconds left on this power play. DeLeo controls, as Canisius really, besides a couple chances, has not gotten much going on this power play.
This has been a tremendous kill so far by St. Mary's.
With just 15 seconds left, Canisius perhaps looking for one final rush. Good cross-ice pass to DeLeo. He makes a good move and skates in. And we are back to even strength. Scrum breaks out below Mary's goal line, and Canisius gets it back to the point. It's Vona. Clears it over to the captain, Ryan Coyne. He gets it over to Vona. Deflected on net. And a dangerous chance. Deflected. Looked like several times in front of the net. Murphy didn't know where the puck was for a second, but he covers up with his glove hand.
I'll point out, Coach Belcito has been switching up his defensive pairings quite frequently. We see on the ice now Vona with Sean Milligan, but we've seen Vona with Quinn Griffin. We've seen Charles Piggott with Quinn Griffin, Piggott with Milligan. It's been a pretty, liberal use of his defensemen.
Kind of relating back to our point about the goaltenders, how even though Seuss has been primarily the number one throughout the year, Belcito has the trust in Ronnie Cully to come in a critical playoff game. Well, maybe it's the same thing with his defensemen. He just trusts all of them so much that he doesn't really care about the pairings. He knows their chemistry is so good just all around that he's comfortable with whatever two he's putting out there. And the puck is cleared into the Crusader end. Good speed from Milligan, a touch up there. Good play. He gets over to Eli Noble, who backhands it out of the zone. We have a delayed offsides against the Crusaders. Mary's controls. Mary's controls in their own end. Offense has kind of slowed down here a little bit in the second period. Not as many chances as we saw in the first. And Mary's trying to stretch pass, and we have another breakaway. Mary's comes in, and a goal, a great deke by St. Mary's. Puck elevated over the pad of Ronnie Colley, and on their third breakaway chance of the night, St. Mary's breaks the 1-1 tie with 9:13 left in this second period.
Eric, that was an incredible move, backhand, forehand, and lifting it over the pad of Ronnie Colley. Unfortunately for Ronnie Colley, there was a 2-on-0. The defensemen were a little slow to get back, and Mary's waiting at the blue line, got a perfect stretch pass and put him in excellent scoring position, and they definitely capitalized on it now, leading 2-1.
Looks like a little bit of a breakdown from the Crusader defense, maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Mary's player is able to get behind, and he makes no mistake with that one. Canisius holding it in. A great deflection by Uzinski. Will, we saw immediately in the first period after St. Mary's scored, Canisius responded. We'll see if that holds true again after Mary's second goal.
Especially after that one, Eric, where it felt like that was just a complete breakdown. I expect them to come back with a lot of intensity to try to get this game back.
Puck is cleared up ice. Urban with speed comes in. He makes a move, comes in the backhand, deflects over the net. Good save by Murphy. Again out in front, they score! It's Jake LaDuca. A great play by Urban. I believe that was Uzinski behind the net. A great pass out in front, and yet again, Canisius, after letting in a goal, responds immediately, and we are tied again, this time at 2 apiece.
The responses have been incredible, Eric. That was a perfect goal. LaDuca finding the back of the net off an incredible pass from Uzinski from behind the net. That was textbook, Eric, and that was how you want to respond if you're the Crusaders.
And Will, I'm not saying that we're going to take credit for that goal, but I'm not going to say that we didn't will that into existence.
You can't say that we did not, Eric.
Puck is cleared up the ice by Ward. Just over 8 minutes left to go in the second period. A little over halfway through this exciting semifinal contest. Clearly two dynamic teams as Mary works their way in. A shot is up over the net. Canisius will look to clear the zone. They do. Pass up the ice. Griffin just could not find Morrow for the breakaway chance. But as I was saying, two high-powered offenses. We knew coming in this was going to be an absolute slugfest between two teams with dynamic skill players, and it has lived up to the hype so far through a little over halfway through this game.
Absolutely correct, you are, Eric. This has been offensively one of the best games I think both of these teams have played, each in their own respective seasons.
Ward controls for Canisius. A good stretch pass on the stick of Curtin. Drop pass. And another goal! It's Luke Braun! And Canisius has taken their first lead of the game with 7:10 left in the second period. A great pass off the stick of Ashton Curtin. And Luke Braun puts it bar down for
Eric,
a Crusader lead.
That was one of the most impressive goals I have seen this Crusaders team score. Not only the shot by Luke Braun, which was tremendous, going top corner, but the pass from Ashton Curtin, to have that kind of vision is just unmatched.
And now Marys brings it right back in, looking for a chance of their own. As well as you were saying, just incredible awareness of the play by Ashton Curtin. Clearly demonstrates his high intellectual level for the game of hockey. And a huge hit by Schaefer. Absolutely rocking the St. Mary's player. And what could have been a good chance is abruptly stopped.
Eric. That's going to leave a mark. That was a massive open ice hit.
And it looked like the St. Mary's player is in pain. He skated over a little hunch to the bench. Just an absolutely huge hit in open ice by Schaefer. What a defensive play.
That was impressive, Eric. That was a hard hit. That's going to leave a mark.
Play was so impressive. I got a little bit choked up on my own words there for a second, Will. That could have been bad. Puck is held in the Mary's end. Canisius clearly has shifted the momentum in this one after Mary's took a 2-1 lead. Milligan looks to settle things down for the Crusaders on their own end. He gets it to Uzinski. Gets it on the near side to Vona. Stolen by Mary's. They'll bring it back in. No offsides. It's waved off. And the puck is cleared behind Colley and around to the near side. Canisius steals it back. Great speed by Uzinski. And here he comes. Uzinski is tripped on the play. And we will have a penalty coming up here. As soon as Mary's touches up, they haven't yet. The ref blows his whistle. And Canisius will head to the power play, looking to double up their lead from 1-2 with 5:54 left in the second period.
As I pointed out earlier in the game, Eric, Matty Uzinski, you have to be careful of him. He is such a fast and explosive player. He can blow around you. He just blew past one of the wingers trying to come back and had a one-on-one opportunity. Had to get tripped up to save a potential goal, putting the Crusaders on a very, very dangerous power play.
Luke Braun controls the point. He gets it over to Curtin. Luke Braun fires it in the slot. And Mary's controls. They try to fire it out. They can't. It's held in by DeLeo. And Will, as I mentioned earlier, sometimes Coach Balsino will roll the dice with 5 forwards. He's doing it here. No defenseman on the ice for the Crusaders. We'll see if it pays off.
He's going with his big guns, Eric. He wants as much firepower on the ice as he can.
Coyne brings it in with speed. Just under 90 seconds left to go in this Crusader power play. They work the puck along the boards behind the net. Now Curtin controls. They'll play catch at the point. It's Braun. Slide for the point. A shot. Looks like it went on the back of the net. Not in the back of the net. And Marys is able to fire it down the ice. The Crusaders will execute a change. Still no defenseman on the ice for Canisius. A scrum right in front of us on the near side. Canisius clears it in. And with just under a minute left in this power play, Marys clears down the ice again. Canisius will finally get a defenseman in here on the power play with Quinn Griffin. Perhaps looking for more of a steady presence on the blue line to really quarterback this power play and set something up with 30 seconds left to go.
Quinn Griffin's absolutely tremendous at that as the Crusaders get called for offsides here.
Really unfortunate play there.
But as you point out, Quinn Griffin acting as the quarterback on this power play. I understand that the Crusaders have a tremendous offense with incredible players, but I think you need a true stay-at-home defenseman on the blue line to make good passes, have good looks, and really set up this power play to get the extremely star players their chances.
I would have to agree with you there, Will. I think as much as we all know how talented Luke Braun is, he just put one in the back of the net a few minutes ago. But I love the experience of Quinn Griffin on the blue line. Really just a solid presence. And he has it there. Great cross-ice pass into the slot. A great chance to rebound in front. And Murphy will cover up. A great chance for Jake LaDuca in front. But a better save by Murphy with 6 seconds left in this Crusader power play.
Incredible save there, but let's talk about that pass from Quinn Griffin. Cross ice, right to the top of the circle. That was a absolute feed. And unfortunately, the Crusaders cannot capitalize on it, but that just shows you how talented this Crusaders power play really is.
Canisius wins his draw. Out in the slot again. Another great shot. Puck is still loose. And now Marys will clear it down the ice. We are back to even strength with just under 4 minutes left to go in the second period. Canisius leading 3-2 in this Monsignor Martin semifinal.
Jacob LaDuca came almost a foot away from making this a 4-2 game, Eric. That was a wonderful chance for the Crusaders.
The winner of this one, in case our audience is not aware, will play the winner of the St. Joe's St. Francis game going on right now. They're on rink 1 here at the Harbor Center. We're on rink 2. Weird bounce out in front of the net. But as I was saying, St. Francis came in, the number 1 overall seed going to the playoffs. Canisius and St. Francis were co-regular season champions. St. Francis with the tiebreaker, they get the number 1 seed. St. Joe's defeated Bishop Timon earlier in the week in a play-in game. They are the 4th seed. 3 minutes left to go in the second period. Marys tries to keep it in. They don't. They have to come out of the zone, delayed offsides. Canisius gains possession. Intercepted back by St. Mary's briefly. And a huge hit by Aiden Ward below the goal line. Great defensive play there.
Man, if there's any player that I don't want to get hit by on this Crusaders team, it might be Aiden Ward at number 1.
I would have to agree with there, Will. Just an absolute freight train. Nightmare when he's coming at you with speed.
He is a force.
Canisius will look to get more chances, more offense in the dying minutes of the second period. A good chance in front, deflected into the corner. Out in front again, sharp angle shot by Morrow. Vona keeps it in momentarily before Marys gets it. Still in. Good play by Vona to track that one down. He gets out in the front of the net. Good defense there for Marys. Out in front, Ryan Coyne the shot. Good pad save by Murphy. Canisius still holding it in. McCarty circles around, back to the point, it's Vona, back to McCarty. And the puck hops over his stick. And Marys will bring it out. Potential 2-on-1 here. Vona, good hustle to get back. Almost a good saucer pass by Marys, but just over the stick. And Vona backhand passes it around the boards. And Melligan will fire it down the ice. This one will be icing and come back to the Crusader end for a faceoff.
Well, that shot earlier in that possession from Vinny Morrow, that went off the face mask of Murphy. That was a close shot to coming in, and Canisius has really taken advantage of their opportunities in the offensive zone this period. Marys unable to get a lot going, but they have had some chances of their own.
It's clear that after that Marys goal to give them a 2-1 lead, it definitely lit a fire under Canisius. And boy, have they responded with 2 goals of their own and a flurry of offense here in the latter half of this second period. Just under 90 seconds to play. Colley directs his defenseman in front of the net. Good communication there all around with the Crusaders. Marys holding it in the Canisius end. They work it behind the boards, and the puck comes to Colley. He'll cover up with the glove. And with 1:07 left in the second period, the faceoff will stay in the Crusader end.
As you point out there, Eric, Ronnie Colley pointing out to his defenseman, the circling Marys players looking for second chances off a potential sharp angle shot or a pass to the center of the ice. That is just wonderful communication between a goaltender and his defenseman.
And Will, do you think that's a direct result of the second goal we saw St. Mary's get, where a player looked like miscommunication, or the first goal rather, where we saw an open St. Mary's player in the slot, and he did not make a mistake with that one. As Ronnie Colley, sorry to interrupt you, Will, he covers again for another faceoff.
I believe that's exactly where that's coming from. That goal, the St. Mary's player who scored that completely wide open in the center of the ice. As a goaltender, that's one of the least favorable situations you can be in with no defenseman near. I believe that is exactly why Ronnie Colley's been communicating with his defenseman very well so far, and himself playing tremendously.
Mary's brings it up the ice with speed. 45 seconds left to go in the second period. Pass intercepted by Melligan. He'll fire it down the ice. And it looks like we have a penalty to Canisius Marys on the power play. With 30 seconds left. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. And the St. Mary's power play. Canisius doing a good job in the penalty kill here. Sorry, folks, we kind of missed that. Diving a little too deep into the analysis there. It's all right, though. 10 seconds left to go in the second period. Canisius fires it down the ice. And that will in all likelihood do it. As Marys brings it up with 3 seconds with speed. Maybe one last shot here, but good defense from Melligan. And that will do it for the second period. The score, Canisius 3, St. Mary's 2. When we come back for the third, there will be 53 seconds of power play action for the Lancers. Will, what did you see in that second period, and what do you think Canisius needs to do well in the third period to come away with this W?
Well, that was an absolute explosion of offense by the Crusaders in that period. They really put on a show for these St. Mary's defensemen. Scoring, of course, letting up that goal where Ronnie Colley had a nice move put on him, but responding very quickly with 2 goals. That was a tremendous period for the Crusaders. And as you point out, an Alex Schmidt penalty is going to start off this third period.
Well, folks, grab some popcorn. Don't go anywhere. We have an extremely exciting third period ahead. Canisius 3, St. Mary's 2 in this Monsignor Martin semifinal. We'll be back right after this. And we are back for third period action. The score between Canisius and St. Mary's 3-2. That's about 1 minute to go until this all-important third period. Will, it comes down to this. What do you need to see from Canisius?
Well,
again,
starting off
W.
this period, Canisius is going to be on a 5-on-3 with both Alex Schmidt and Charles Piggott in the box. This is going to be a important start for St. Mary's. They're going to want to come out with a lot of intensity. It's only a 1-goal game, and they have a perfect opportunity to make that a 0-goal game and tie it up. But Canisius, they killed well earlier in this game. They're going to need a tremendous kill, and they're going to need to keep up intensity. They can't let off the pressure right now. They have Mary's on their heels. 2 consecutive goals. This is an important period for the Crusaders.
And folks, I know you might be a little confused at home. Wait, a 5-on-3? Yeah, you're about as much in the know as we are. And just on the scoreboard here, it as obviously we already knew Canisius was on the penalty kill late in the second, but we have another 2-minute penalty on the board to Charles Piggott. Him and Ryan Coyne were conferring with the ref over there, we saw. But he'll start in the box. Canisius will have to kill off this 5-on-3. And I also want a quick shout out to Jackson Mann for getting me this absolutely delicious frozen lemonade from the Tim Hortons here at Harbor Center. This broadcast is not sponsored in any way, but shout out to Jackson because he came up big there.
Yeah, Jackson is the kind of person to do that. Come up in situations where you need him with a Tim Hortons. And it appears that the Crusaders have 3 players in the box.
Folks, I think the sun is set, so I guess we're prepared to get a little strange and a little freaky. We'll see. But as you said, well, it looks like 3 players in the box for Canisius, 1 in the box for St. Mary's. Not really sure what happened at the end of the second there to warrant these penalties, but nonetheless, Canisius on the 5-on-3. Absolutely massive chance for St. Mary's. Really, for them, they really need a goal here, to be honest.
That is correct, Eric. And Gianni Vonis, Sean Melgan, and Ryan Coyne are entering some of the biggest shifts of their lives right now.
Mary's cannot afford to waste this opportunity. Just under 30 seconds left to go, and the first penalty to Alex Schmidt. Mary's cycling around. A shot is fanned on. We have some hecklers, some Canisius fans in front heckling the Mary's player, saying good shot. Another shot is high, comes around the board. 10 seconds left to go on the initial power play. Huge 10 seconds for Canisius here. A shot, and a great save by Colley on the doorstep. He keeps this a 3-2 game. 6 seconds left to go on the first penalty. And Canisius will make a change. Coming on now, Aiden Ward, Quinn Griffin, Luke Braun trying to kill off this 5-on-3.
Well, that was a terrific save there by Ronnie Colley, who's had a game filled with them. Mary's player had a wide open lane, stepped up into the shot, and Colley just stuffed him.
Face-off roll on Mary's out in front. And Canisius gets it. They clear it down the ice. The puck will just come out of their zone. And Canisius killed off the first of 2 penalties. We are now 5-on-4 here at the Harbor Center. 1 minute gone in the third period as Canisius clears it down the ice. Under a minute left now in the 5-on-4 advantage for St. Mary's. Canisius steals it back. Good forecheck out in front. No Crusader home, but nonetheless, Canisius wasting time. And here we go. St. Mary's comes in. The shot. What a stop by Colley. Looks like he got the shaft of his stick on that one. 30 seconds left of this power play. A great play by Dan Urban, diving to get the puck out of the zone. Evident how much this game means to this Canisius squad.
Only a few seconds ago, Eric, Ronnie Colley absolutely stonewalling another St. Mary's player. He has been tremendous for the Crusaders. He's going to need to keep up that pace.
Mary's tries a stretch pass that goes all the way down the ice. And with 7 seconds left to go on this St. Mary's power play, it will be icing and come back into their end. A huge break for the Crusaders as they look to have killed off this 5-on-3. Luke Braun to take the face-off in the Mary's zone. He wins it. And Schaefer will just send it in the opposite corner. We are back to even strength here. Everyone out of the box for the Crusaders.
Huge
Ashton Curtin comes on.
huge kill by Canisius, Eric. That was incredibly important for St. Mary's to start this period off with a 5-on-3, and the Crusaders' penalty kill, absolutely tremendous.
Canisius wasting no time applying some pressure on the St. Mary's defense. Schaefer, a shot on net, fought off at the pad of Murphy in the opposite corner. Out in front again. Canisius still holding it in for the moment. Now Mary's will clear out his own. A potential 2-on-1 here for Mary's. But good hustle by the Crusaders to get back. Here comes Luke Braun with speed on the far side. He comes in. The shot. The rebound. Another chance in front. And a great save by Murphy. He covers up a series of good opportunities there for the Crusaders. It was Luke Braun with a great shot, and it looked like Ashton Curtin with a rebound chance. But nonetheless, this game stands at 3-2.
A diving rebound chance, Eric, that shows you how intense Canisius is playing this period. They're not trying to let up their lead that they have established.
Off the draw, Milligan at the point. Shot is deflected. Goes below the goal line. Canisius maintains possession. Back to Milligan. Another shot. Another stop by Murphy. He's been strong here to start this third period. 14 minutes left.
I'd even argue to say, Eric, he's the one keeping Mary's in this game so far. With how many chances the Canisius forward group has produced, it's honestly surprising that this game is only a 3-2 game.
Canisius doubling up Mary's in the shots on goal category so far, 22-11 in favor of the Crusaders. Quinn Griffin sends it into the Mary's zone where they gain possession. They'll send it down ice. Delayed offsides here, and Mary's will gain possession. Looking for the tying goal. Mary's backhands it in. Good play by Chicado. Physical play on the near side glass, establishing some physicality. A shot fought off with the pad by Colley. Puck now behind the Canisius net. Just over 13 minutes left to go in this third period. It all comes down to this, folks. Canisius and St. Mary's, two of the premier hockey schools in Western New York. Just an absolute battle. Some might say a classic game so far this Monsignor Martin semifinal contest from the Harbor Center.
A physical game as well, too, Eric. The first period we didn't see a lot, but in the second and the early parts of the third, we've seen a lot of hits, a lot of physical plays on the boards by both teams. This has definitely evolved into a do-or-die situation for both teams, needing a win.
Face off in the Crusader end. Mary's wins it. Circling behind the net, out in front. Comes all the way back to the point. The puck almost came out of the zone. Now fired on Colley. Wide. And Schmidt clears it down the ice. This will make it down for icing. I have to say, Will, I'm a fan of this Harbor Center music in between stoppages.
They have selected a very good playlist for this game, Eric. I agree with you there.
As we know, Harbor Center, really one of the A1 destinations for Western New York hockey. Really does not get much better than this. 12:30 left in this third period. Canisius with possession. Urban brings it in on the far side. He backhands it below the goal line. Laduca's there. Puck hops over Schmidt's stick at the point. Mary's player comes out with speed, but good defense there by Schmidt. He clears it back in the Mary's end. Urban with the puck for Canisius, trying to extend their lead to 4-2. A shot on net, the rebound. Almost a good opportunity there. Out in front. And Murphy will cover up with the glove hand. Just under 12 minutes left to go in this third period.
Uzinski with a great chance there on the wraparound. As I pointed out, Eric, he is a dynamic player. That entire line is with him and Urban. And I believe Laduca is the other winger there. That is a line of absolute ballers. They know how to score. They know how to put pucks in the net. They are great players.
Face-off will be taken by Luke Braun. He wins it to Curtin, backhands it on net. Shot was deflected. Good forecheck from Curtin, but Mary's gets it out. Quinn Griffin controlling for Canisius. He sends it up ice. Marys will control. And they bring it into the Canisius end, looking for the tying goal. A shot on net. Good save by Colley with the blocker. Another shot deflected by Colley with the stick. And here comes DeLeo up the far side. He's got Kurt behind him. Shot by DeLeo. Fought off by Murphy. And the faceoff will remain in the Marys' end. Canisius will execute a change.
The tempo increasing here for both teams, Eric. You've seen a lot of fast rushes by both Marys and Canisius. They're responding to each other's rushes with fast ones of their own, and this game is very tight.
And Will, you can see the little bit of desperation so far from Marys in this third period. Whereas before they might have held on to it a little longer in their own zone with their defense. Now the defense is really starting to push the pace up to the forwards as they need their tying goal.
Shots is how you score, Eric. They're trying to get as many shots on that as they can.
Puck in the Canisius end. Ward handles with no pressure. He gets it over to McCarty. McCarty up the ice to Corey. He's got a one-on-one. The shot. Using the Marys player as the screen, but a good deflection. Canisius tries setting it back to the point. Now they do. It's Ward. Shot is wide into the opposite corner. Another shot on net. Is stopped in front. And Marys will start their break in the other direction. Marys working in. Good move. Skater lost it behind the net, unfortunately. And now Uzinski controls. He gets it up ice. McCarty racing for the puck. Marys controls at their own end. Up the ice. Good deflection. Or good interception, rather, from Milligan. He fires it back in. Canisius obviously would like to go up 4-2 and extend their lead. Make themselves a little more comfortable. But the first priority right now is keeping St. Mary's at 2 goals.
Yeah, absolutely correct there, Eric. Canisius would want another goal to make them feel a little bit more comfortable in this game, but if they could keep this game 3-2, they will gladly take that.
And St. Mary's icing the puck. Face-off will come in their end. Dan Urban to take the draw for the Crusaders. He wins it back to the point. It's Melgan. He throws it behind the net, out in front. Goes all the way back to the point. Vona, shot for the point. Almost deflected by Uzinski on the doorstep. But Marys gains possession. They bring it out. Could have been a potential 3-on-2 there, but good hustle from Urban. And Marys fires it back in. Delayed offsides, and Vona controls behind Colley. He gets it up ice. Good pass along the boards to Urban. Canisius potential 3-on-2 here. Urban brings it in. Good pass over to Leduca. Back to Urban in front. What a pass, but what a save by Murphy. And now the puck is fired out of play by the Marys defenseman. Not a penalty on the high school level. So the face-off.
As you point out, Eric, a incredible save by Murphy there. I believe that was Urban going across right in front of the net, and a wide open Crusader just could not, as Murphy stonewalls it and keeps the puck out of the net, keeping Marys in this game for a little bit longer.
Case is working behind the net. Marys gains possession as they try to get the equalizer here. Under 10 minutes to go now in this third period. DeLeo in the slot for the Crusaders. He gets over. Good pass. Sharp angle shot by Curtin. Good chance there, but a good save with the blocker by Murphy. Marys now clears the puck down to the Crusader end. They'll apply a little bit of pressure with the forecheck, and they'll gain possession. They work it around the boards. Canisius trying to protect their 3-2 lead in this Monsignor Martin semifinal. Shots on goal, 26-13 in favor of the Crusaders. Marys in the slot. A shot! What a stop by Ronnie. A huge save. And with 8:34 left in the third period, Colley protects the lead for the Crusaders.
Coming up big again is Ronnie Colley, a wide open Marys player in front in open ice again. And a slot shot just could not get past Ronnie Colley, who's done absolutely spectacular this game for the Crusaders.
Face-off and the Crusader end. And Canisius gets it out of the zone. St. Mary's gains possession, however. Good pressure from Coyne. He deflects it, and the puck remains in the zone. Back to the point. Morrow working there. Good play by him. Intercepts the puck. A great move by Vinny Morrow at open ice. Fantastic play.
Vinny Morrow working well on the boards today.
And folks, we have just received confirmation. St. Francis has defeated St. Joe's by a score of 5-1 on rink 1 of the Harbor Center. We now know that the winner of this one will play St. Francis in the championship 7 o'clock tomorrow night here at the Harbor Center. We have offsides in the play, and the puck will come outside the St. Mary's end for a face-off.
And Eric, no matter what team comes out of this game, I can guarantee you that final will be almost as exciting as this game. We all know that St. Francis scoring obviously 5 goals in a win today. Another offensively driven team. And the final will definitely be high scoring.
Well, I think it speaks to the parity in the Monsignor Martin this year. As Canisius, obviously, they split. As a good chance there for Uzinski. But as I was saying, they split with Mary's on the air. They also split with St. Francis. So clearly a log jam at the top of the Monsignor Martin. Any team alive to win this out of the remaining 3.
Highly, highly competitive, Eric.
A good opportunity there. The puck is still loose. Almost poked in. Good chase there. Melgan at the point. And Uzinski was there for the tip. But a good save by Murphy. Canisius applying pressure. And if you're a St. Mary's fan, that is absolutely not what you want to see with 7:06 left in this third period, trailing by 1.
You're right there. That was inches away from being a 4-2 lead for Canisius. That was an extremely lucky play for St. Mary's. Goaltender out of position. Canisius just could not get it in tight enough to make this game a little farther out of reach for St. Mary's.
Luke Brown to take the face-off. He wins it a curtain. Actually couldn't handle it cleanly, and it comes out of the Canisius zone. We have a stoppage here. Waiting on the signal for the ref. It'll be a high stick, and the face-off will come all the way down to the Canisius end. Good opportunity here for St. Mary's to perhaps establish a little bit of pressure with exactly 7 minutes to go in this third period.
If you're St. Mary's, if you can't get one in, you're going to have to start worrying about time. You need to get one in if you're Mary's. And if you're Canisius, just keep holding on. Play defensive. As here we have a good chance.
DeLeo tries to cross-ice pass. Good defense there from Mary's.
As I was saying, Canisius needs to keep playing defensive hockey. They need to protect this lead.
Luke Braun tries to get it out in front. Again, another deflection. But Canisius maintains possession. Good work here for this line. As obviously, exactly what Canisius needs to do right now is hold it in the St. Mary's zone with no opportunity for Mary's to tie this one up. Icing waved off as Mary's clears it in the Crusader end. As we see now, Mary's really ramping up the forecheck. They need chances, and they need them fast. With just over 6 minutes left in this third period, Canisius here at the Harbor Center protecting a 3-2 lead in this Monsignor Martin semifinal contest. High-octane offense has been on display from both squads the entire night as the puck is deflected out of play. Face-off will come outside the Canisius zone.
And Eric, I expect to see these Mary's defensemen pitching in Canisius' defensive zone a lot more. Needing in a situation where they need a goal, they're going to come in, and pinching is very risky. It might not work for them, but in a situation where you need a goal for your season to stay alive, I expect them to take a lot more chances and be shooting the puck at high volume.
Face-off in the Mary's end. A quick shot, a rebound, deflected off the pad of Murphy. And Mary's will look to get out of the zone. Briefly held in by Canisius. Will fire it in, and now Mary's will get it out. Will obviously not quite time yet, but when do you think we can expect to see this Mary's goaltender pulled if the lead does stay 3-2 for Canisius?
If it stays 3-2, Eric, I expect maybe around the 1:30 mark of this game, maybe even earlier. But of course, Canisius has to keep this lead.
Sorry, Will, to cut you off there, but a great chance by Mary's out in front. A great save with the shoulder by Ronnie Cauley. Got me excited there for a minute. A great save by Cauley. Good move and open ice by Ward. But I agree, we'll probably around 2 minutes or so, maybe a little less. Obviously that's give or take. Mariners will try to pull a goaltender in hopes they can keep their season alive in this do or die game. 5 minutes left in the third period. Both sides laying massive hits. Clearly no lack of will, desire, or effort on either side, as both these teams have been spectacular tonight and all season long. Canisius works it out of their zone. Marys will control. A little over 4:30 left in this third period. We have a stoppage here.
Well, as you point out, Eric, a lot of hits. This game is getting down to the wire now. 4:29 remaining. There's going to be a lot of physical plays. The boards are going to be used a lot up by Canisius to try to chew some clock down. And Eric, this is a very tense situation.
Yeah, this is do or die time, Will. This is it. Marys trying to keep their season alive. Canisius trying to advance to the Monsignor Martin Finals. They fell short last year to the same St. Mary's team in the exact same semifinal situation, trying to climb the mountain this year and reach the championship game. 4 minutes left in this third period. Canisius leading 3-2. Mary's needing some offense, but here comes Jake LaDuca for Canisius on the far side. He circles back, gets it back to the point, but Aiden Ward is all the way back in his own zone. Probably not the worst play there for the Crusaders, actually. And maybe now we're seeing a little bit more of a defensive shell strategy coming up for Canisius as we're under 4 minutes to go in this game. We have another stoppage.
You're going to see, Eric, if Canisius is in St. Mary's zone or approaching St. Mary's zone, the center will not push to the front of the net as much anymore because they're protecting their lead. They don't need a goal in this situation. They're going to be playing defensively. They're playing smart, and this is what they should be doing. Coach Belcito planning this out very well, understanding that his team is in a perfect situation right now.
And Will, looks like to our right we got some fans making their way to the exit. Probably a little premature, as with 3:43 left, this is just a one-goal game, and we know how high-powered both these offenses are. Would not be surprised at all to see Mary's tie this one up.
There's a little tension over here on the near side, Eric. It appears as if it's Ashton Curtin.
Actually, I think it was just a mom. I think she was so nervous she had to start walking around. Obviously, understandable in this situation.
I'd be nervous too, Eric. I am nervous. This is a very, very nerve-wracking situation. Low time, desperate measures for St. Mary's. Canisius protecting only a one-goal lead. This is huge.
Face-off won by Mary's. They work it in the Crusader end. Good play by Ward. He gets it up to Curtin. Puck still in the Crusader end. It's controlled by Schaefer. 3:30 left in this third period. Puck is cleared up the ice just out of the reach of DeLeo, and Mary's will control in their own end. They work it around the boards. Canisius still applies the forecheck. Puck hops over the stick of Aiden Ward, and a race for the puck. It's won by St. Mary's, and they bring it in. A good opportunity here. A shot on net. The rebound in front. What a stop by Colley. Another chance. It's deflected in the corner. A series of great opportunities to tie this one up for Mary's. But Ronnie Colley standing tall, and Canisius will just ice the puck to get it out of harm's way. 3 minutes left. An exhilarating sequence there. But Ronnie Colley standing on his head, protecting this lead for Canisius.
Coming up absolutely clutch for the Crusaders. That was a massive play for Ronnie Colley. And that has been a summary of his night so far, might I say, Eric. He's been tremendous.
Canisius clears it out of their end. 2:50 left in this third period. Probably time, if you're St. Mary's, start thinking about pulling your goaltender here down one.
I expect it to come soon, Eric.
Coyne holding in the Crusader end. He tries to work it out in front. Good job here by Canisius. As maybe they'll just look to play catch here, a little bit of four corners action. just to waste a little bit of time. And a scrum along the boards, as it looks like Coyne will do just that. Good job letting this clock drain. And the clock is absolutely your friend if you're the Crusaders. Marys brings it into the Crusader end. Out in front, poke check by Colley. Just over 2 minutes left. Puck goes out in front, no Lancer home. They work it along the near side glass. Piggott controls for Canisius. Series of good moves, but Marys keeps it momentarily. Now the puck gets out of the Canisius end. It's controlled by Marys. They'll fire it back in. And Ronnie will cover up. 1:47 left in this third period.
Might I add, Eric, for around the last 40 seconds, I saw the St. Mary's coach holding the hand up to the goalie. They were contemplating pulling it, and it looks as if he might be leaving right now. And he is.
And I believe we have a timeout called here by St. Mary's. Probably their best chance right now in the Crusader end. Have a face-off, absolutely critical for them to win it. Down one. In all likelihood, we will see the goalie pulled coming out of this timeout. So Marys with a 6-on-5 for 1:47 to try to tie up this Monsignor Martin semifinal.
This is going to come down to the wire, Eric. There's no other way to say it. 1:47, one goal. Goalie pulled for St. Mary's. This is what your season's built up to if you're either team. This is what you're playing for. You're playing for the win. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. St. Mary's is going to try to score, and Canisius is going to do everything they can to make sure that puck does not end up behind Ronnie Colley.
It looks like the lineup for the Crusaders to protect this lead will be the second line of Leduca, Urban, and Uzinski, with Melligan and Vona on defense. Ronnie Colley has been huge all night for the Crusaders. We'll see if he can close this last 147 out to keep his team on top. Face-off is won by Marys. They get back to point. Great play by Uzinski, however. He clears it out of the zone. Absolutely tremendous hockey IQ by Uzinski there to intercept and jump the pass. And he's able to waste a solid 20 seconds and halt that Marys opportunity off the face-off. Marys holding in the blue line. They clear to the opposite corner. Vona is there, clears it on the glass. Marys keeps it in. Canisius standing strong on defense so far. Again, the net is empty for the Lancers. Leduca gets it up. Uzinski fires for the empty net. And a great deflection by the Marys defenseman. Still 3-2, just over a minute left in this third period. Marys, one final gasp. Pass intercepted by Leduca. He fires it down. And the puck goes just wide of the net. Canisius trying for the empty net to punch their ticket to the Monsignor Martin Finals tomorrow night against St. Francis. Can Marys have one final rush with 40 seconds left? And folks, it's getting awful intense. Good forward second for the Crusaders.
Right,
Chicano steals it away. He fires it down. And the puck approaches the goal line, but just to the left of the post. Marys brings it back. Maybe a 3-on-2 here. 20 seconds left. They work it in below the net.
It's going to come down to the wire.
One final chance out in front. Another chance. What a deflection in front by Piggott. 10 seconds left. At the point. One final chance for Marys. They work it around. 3 seconds. Below the goal line. Out in front. And Canisius has defeated St. Mary's in this Monsignor Martin semifinal. And folks, they will be playing for everything tomorrow night in the finals against St. Francis. An absolutely phenomenal all-around effort by the Crusaders. An incredible last 2 minutes of action there. That's great work by Marys, but they unfortunately come up just short. And will sometimes, it's just one of those games where it's unfortunate some team has to lose.
That's true. That's nothing against St. Mary's. They played an incredible game. Offensively, they were terrific. Dylan Murphy in net, my apologies. Incredible. But Canisius just outplayed them offensively, defensively in the later periods. And Ronnie Colley might be the MVP of this game for Canisius. He is the reason I believe that they won this game, keeping them in. tremendous effort by him and by the entire Crusaders team.
The final score, Canisius 3, St. Mary's 2. Goal scorers for the Crusaders, Vinny Morrow, Luke Braun, and I believe Jake
LaDuca.
LaDuca, that's who it was. Sorry, forgot that one for a second. Folks, thank you for joining us. For my partner, Will Flynn, I'm Eric Geisler. The conclusion to this exciting hockey game. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Canisius versus St. Francis for the Monsignor Martin Finals. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in.